No, that's not the point of the movie. We're just showcasing the normalness and
Yeah,
the breadth
yeah.
of what
That's what Barbie was
not
about.
patriarchy is.
Definitely repressing men and down with the patriarchy. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
You're right. You caught us. Hi guys, I'm Miss Emily,
I'm Miss Emma,
and we're the movie moms. I'm a single mom of a 5-year-old girl.
and I'm a mom of a 5-year-old girl as well, and a 2-year-old boy, both soon to be a
Turning
little
up.
older. Yeah,
They're ticking
turn
up.
it up.
Yes, and our daughters are sisters, I would say.
Mhm.
They're fam. They're besties. I'd say so are we. But, I don't want to speak for you. But
I agree with the sentiment. I agree.
and we're here to talk about movies. We love movies and just happen to be moms. Womp womp.
Wah, wah. She knows something about movies. I
Mhm.
only know what I enjoy of a movie and what I don't enjoy of a movie.
You're like a professional audience member.
Yes, yeah.
I've
I
tried
know
to take
how
it to the professional making part. I don't know if I've done it successfully yet, but I'm working on it. Yeah.
I represent the common man. The man. Common mom.
I represent the common Barbie.
I'm stereotypical Barbie. I'm stereotypical mom. White mom.
A stereotypical white mom. That's it. Stains from head to toe. Half are mine.
Yeah.
Don't remember last time I showered. What's up? Anyway.
Borrowed my daughter's clips for this.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the Barbie movie, directed by Greta Gerwig, of course. Now, I think she's the most successful female director of all time.
Mm-hmm.
From Sacramento. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop.
And she still represents Sac, which is like, it means so much to me, you know?
Yeah.
She could be like, oh, yeah. I'm from the Bay Area or whatever.
Yeah. Bayish area.
Northern California.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. She reps Sacramento and just like brags about it and the people and the scenery and all the things that we love about it. So I really love that she's staying rooted in Sacramento.
Stay rooted.
Oh my God, stay rooted. Well, hey, Barbie.
Hey, Barbie.
Hey, Barbie. I love saying hey, Barbie now.
Ellen's downstairs.
Ellen. Oh, Ellen.
See how long we can keep Ellen away.
Yeah. He's nice, but
He might be on Ken right now.
he's acting. He's got energy for sure.
He does have energy. He actually loves that song too.
Okay, let's just start there then, because I have an issue. Okay. I'm a huge Ryan Gosling fan. I think he's just grade A, human being, inside and out. I really do. I find him talented beyond anything he tries, he nails, right? I'm glad that like people are loving him in this movie, and I think it's well deserved. I hope they all get nominations. The Kenergy song, right? The I'm Just Ken song is now like the phenomenal part of it. Like that's the thing that's taking off in pop culture. But like it's Barbie's movie, bruh. Like, yeah, you've got a song, but why does he got to be on the charts? Like, and it's the one male moment.
Why?
And I guess, but the one male component of Barbie is getting all this attention.
I feel like not surprised.
Yeah.
Mostly because, like, I don't know. If men are going to identify it, then they'll be like man stuff. And if they're not, then they're still gonna focus. They're just gonna make it about them.
Yeah.
They always make it about them.
That's true. That's true. And
But it is annoying.
like,
I see what you're saying.
yeah. I mean, because there's just one of them, there's like the rest of the album is female. So maybe that's why I like split the votes or something. But
there's Sam Hunt too. Man I Am.
True.
Riley likes that song a lot. My 5-year-old really likes it.
That's great.
And then she's like, I like the chorus part. And I'm like, what?
The fact that she knows a chorus is incredible.
Made me reminiscent of like all of the songs we sang growing up and had no idea what the words meant, because I'm like, I'm glad you can continue listening to it and singing it, because you don't know what you're saying right now.
Totally.
You're just repeating the words, but they have no context.
Yeah, that's why we listen to like Japanese or Korean pop music.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they're cussing up a storm. They're probably talking about all kinds of nasty stuff. But my 5-year-old knows all the Korean words.
See? Yeah.
And we're dancing to it. It is a great soundtrack though. I really appreciated like how female it was, and
Yeah, I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was like, wow, all of these songs are about Barbie, but I didn't realize that she had like specifically had like a pop. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give this person credit because I don't know enough about music and producers
I
or
got you.
songwriters, but like hired a specific person who's very successful to be like write the whole album for me.
Mark Ronson, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, I got you.
Common folk.
And he could have, yeah. Mark Ronson has produced like everything from like Nicki Minaj's whole library to like Katy Perry and Jonas Brothers, I think, and like just everybody. Like if they're on the radio, it's from Mark Ronson. Lady Gaga, actually, famously. Anyway, I feel like he could have very easily like just called in all his favors, male or female, and instead he chose to like just call all in the favors of the female favors. Sounds raunchy. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was really well put together, and like it's kind of like Justin Timberlake with the Trolls movies. Like he's the musical director and he just takes over all musical direction for the whole movie, which is kind of incredible.
Cool. It's a lot of continuity and flow.
Yeah, I think that might be it. And that's with the Barbie movie too. I feel like it made sense for that reason too, But
they did a really good job to be like, I don't know. I think I've said this before privately to you, but just like there's bound to be soon like whole college courses on the Barbie production and marketing and the success that is Barbie, because like you wouldn't think that grown adults would be out there like singing or as far down to like 2-year-olds singing a Barbie soundtrack that's like pop music, It's fun.
Yeah, it's incredible.
I enjoy listening to as long as we don't have to listen to the same song on repeat too many times.
Which of course you do.
Yeah. We have a limit now. We have a limit.
What's
same
the
song
limit?
Can only be played twice in the same car ride. That seems like a pretty fair limit. Some car rides are pretty short.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The way home resets. But
I just put the volume all the way in the back seat. And then I can kind of maybe roll the window down a little bit and then just tune it out, because it's just got to be on repeat until further notice. Like it's just gonna play. But
most of my kids, it's more Barrett now, but sometimes I listen to it. Will do is they make me listen to the same song over again, but then I'm not allowed to sing along to it, and that's just They like yell at me like, "No, you can't sing," and I'm like,
"You're like, bro, this has been stuck in my head for 2 weeks.
If you want to continue to listen to it, you bet your sweet dippy I'm still singing.
I'm at least dancing my ass off to it. Okay, I'm at least in my seat.
Well, what song can I sing?
Or she'll tell me like I can't sing a Lady Gaga song. I'm like, listen, this song came out before you even thought of it. Like, I'm gonna sing this. I'm gonna sing Just Dance. Okay, you got to get over it.
I remember the lyrics to this song better than I remember what we had for dinner last night. So I get to.
Just like the NSYNC songs?
Yes.
Have you been listening back to all the NSYNC songs? No?
Not beyond what's on social media.
Okay, that's all right. That's all right. I've been revisiting. I just feel like if we're all streaming some of it sometimes, it might encourage them.
Yeah.
It might encourage them to get back together. But I like listening back to all the NSYNC songs. I know every single word to every song on all 4 albums, including the Christmas song. Like, who knew? Who knew? And there's some things where I'm just singing. I'm like, holy shit, I don't even know where this is coming from.
Right.
These words are just coming out of my mouth. Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Or even some of the dance moves,
That's true. Can't forget.
Never forget. Never forget. Okay, so let's get back to Barbie.
Yeah.
We should probably do like a little synopsis in case you've been living under a rock and haven't seen it yet.
Yes. I'm going to let you take that. And then if I find that there are details
holes?
I want to...
Okay, please do. Okay, so this movie chronicles Barbie's adventure into the real world after she leaves the Barbie world feeling weird, flat-footed, and depressed. And when she goes to the real world, she kind of discovers like not everybody perceived Barbie, the brand, as positively as Mattel would have liked, probably. And now that like modern day feminists are upset at Barbie, and she arrives in all of her pink glory and has a rude awakening. And then she meets some a mother-daughter counterpart, right?
Mhm.
Counterpart's a good word, I think.
Yeah.
Because they go back together to Barbie Land, and they try to save it from being taken over by the Kens,
By the
who have recently fallen in love with patriarchy.
Mostly the horses.
Mostly just the horses and cool clothes. Is that pretty much it? Or what else did I miss?
It's a good synopsis without like going into big detail and giving away like
Yeah. All right, well, let's give
huge
away some
things.
shit
Yeah.
now. Now comes the spoilers. Okay, so Margot Robbie, who is just a real life Barbie doll,
Mhm.
plays Barbie, of course. She bought the rights to Barbie, I think in 2016, I want to say around there,
Sounds good to me.
around 2016. And I guess she like almost immediately contacted Greta Gerwig and said, "Hey, like we have to do this or whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like we have to do it." And so it took them this long to figure it out for Greta and her partner Noah Baumbach. It'll come to me.
Yep.
It's her writing partner, husband, baby daddy.
All in
Soulmate.
one. Yeah.
So they wrote it, and then obviously Margot Robbie produced it with Mattel and somebody else. And honestly, I feel like the script is a little, not a little, it's pretty critical of Mattel. And like almost I was floored to see that they like greenlit this and
Yeah,
like the
like,
script was cool and like we're just like, yes, make fun of us.
go for it.
Yeah, no problem. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was hilarious. And I think, it also discussed some topics that were important and scary.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was not prepared. I don't know what I was expecting.
Hmm.
I think they did a good job with the trailers to make people interested without like getting to like there's some heavy parts in there, like getting to like the depth of it, like keeping it drawing people in the light and fun and then keeping it light and fun, but also like, oh my gosh, like you're thinking about it afterwards. Beyond like, that was fun.
Hmm. Yeah, instead of being like a whimsy feeling, which I did feel,
Yeah.
I also felt so heavy and like, oh shit, like women have been through a lot of
Yeah.
bullshit. Like,
I want to talk to somebody about this. Yeah.
hurts for everybody. But I think that's the beauty of, well, women writing these female stories,
Yeah.
right? And then also having Greta Gerwig direct it. Like that's just her magic, I think, where
Yeah.
she kind of encapsulates all the feelings all at once in one movie. Like Lady Bird. Did you see Lady Bird?
Mhm.
So I think that too, like the mother-daughter relationship or like it's kind of the love. It's like a romantic comedy between a mom and daughter
Yeah.
almost. And you can feel all of it. Like you're laughing and then you're end up crying and then you're like pissed.
Hallmark
Totally.
rom- like,
Without it, yeah, being cheesy and
yeah. It was like, oh, that one seemed real life.
yeah, right? We can go through like the entire emotional spectrum in one day, which
Yeah.
most of us probably do, right? At
I do.
least moms do.
Sometimes within minutes. I wasn't prepared for like crying in it. First I
Yeah.
heard a friend like who went and saw Night of and she's like, yeah, I cried 3 times. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Isn't it like I assume like, it's gonna be like SNL humor. And I might poke fun at things, but it's like, you know, that's like a giant SNL skit, like a MacGruber like movie.
Right.
That's what I was expecting, but female MacGruber.
Right. Yeah, totally. And pink.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and pink. And then I was like cry like 3 different times at the movie.
I know the first time it was like the first 20 minutes was beautiful and fantastical and just like everything you want from a Barbie movie. Like she, cooks her plastic waffles and they pop up out of the toaster and land on her plate perfectly with whipped cream already on them.
Right.
And then she pours her milk out of the like, plastic carton and
Yeah.
nothing comes out and takes a shower with no water because
Right.
it's just a Barbie dream house. Like nothing is real, but it is. It's so
It
cute.
was so good.
And the fake water, she like slides down the slide to get down. It's like above a fake pool and it's awesome. And her car and just seeing the whole world you kind of get introduced to.
Yeah.
And then I feel like once she like enters the real world or almost gets there, like she's on her way, I was like, "Oh my God." Like this this Barbie woman doll thing was like so like concerned about the female good, like looking out for the sisterhood all the time.
Hmm.
And then to feel even slightly remotely mortal was like so depressing. And I
Right.
feel that like feeling your mortality sometimes you're just like, holy shit, this is so depressing.
It's
What
true.
am I doing this for? Like, geez Louise.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It struck a chord with me, I
Yeah.
think, right off the bat.
Countless days I think, oh, today I feel like irrepressible thoughts of death, Barbie. Ah, the
Ah,
intrusive thoughts are back.
intrusive thought, Barbie.
Yeah, intrusive thought, Barbie.
I
Ah,
think that would be a hilarious line to bring out. Is like just put them out where they're like depressed Barbie because there's a fake commercial
yeah,
at some
so
point,
funny.
and it's like all these depressed Barbies. You can't get dressed or showered, and she has like
Yep,
mascara running down her face.
running down her face.
They're great. They're just like everyday, modern, basic Barbie.
Mhm.
Like there's nothing exciting about her. She's here. She's doing her thing, living her life, and that's enough.
Real life
Yeah.
Barbie, yeah.
Okay, so then when was the first time you cried? Do you remember? Like what moved?
I think the first time, which I can't even, I'm like, why am I crying? Was when Margot Robbie, the Barbie character, cries in the real world for the first time when she's like
Yeah.
sitting at the bus station and like talking to the older lady,
Yeah, she's like
and she's like, "You're
this
beautiful,"
calm.
and she's
Yeah.
like, "I know I am," or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and this old lady is like just covered in wrinkles and she's old. Like you can tell she's
Yeah.
lived, but she still has a lot of life in her kind
Hmm.
of. And then to see her next to a plastic Barbie was like, oh yeah, like I think to a realization of we're so used to seeing Margot Robbie's face as the example.
Yeah.
And we're all actually heading towards this old lady instead. Like we're all going to be old ladies, hopefully,
Yeah.
right? Best case scenario is we're
That's it.
old
Exactly.
raisins. Like, so I don't know. It's kind of like a recognition of like, oh yeah, it is beautiful to be old and like it's okay to have like wrinkles and like it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. And I don't know. I just kind of felt that pressure lift, like a breath.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. That could
Oh
be a
yeah.
possibility. That felt like most of the movie as it
Mm.
went through, like pointed different things out. Be like, oh yeah, I guess it could be different, huh?
Right.
We're like so stuck in the grind. So
Mhm.
especially in motherhood, you're like don't have time to think about. Well, I don't feel like I have time to really process
Mm-mm.
and think deeply on a lot of things, like beyond like I give it some thought, and you're like, well, that thought got pulled
Mhm.
aside
Mhm.
because somebody pooped their pants or somebody needs a snack or somebody's hitting somebody. So like I thought we were having a
Uh-huh.
moment, but then you asked
No.
to watch TV. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird to think generationally, like Barbie has been around for 3 generations now, which is insane.
Yeah.
So our parents, us, and then our kids. And it's kind of interesting how, we can relate, I guess, in that way. Like we can relate like in our feminism as it pertains to Barbie. Like girls can do anything, right? Like that's
Yeah.
been a belief for so long. But then there's also things that maybe our parents didn't think about, right? Like it's just, oh, it's a pretty Barbie,
Yeah.
right? And then now we're like, yeah, but they're all white and skinny. So
Right.
that's not the real
They don't have
population.
to.
Like we should have Barbies that look like people, if we're gonna play with them like they are
Oh,
or whatever. And they might have flat feet,
oh
God forbid.
no. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Birkenstocks.
Yeah. God, I feel like we are the millennials are like the Birkenstock generation.
Proud
I'm
to be.
game. I'm
Proud
game.
to
Mm-hmm.
be.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Okay, what else? Oh, let's talk about like the mom themes,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We mothers stand still so our daughters can look back and see how far they've come. Yeah, that was her quote.
Okay, so Ruth Handler created these dolls
Barbara Handler.
for Barbara Handler, her daughter, to be like, hey, you don't have to just be a mom. Like, it's not just like you can pretend to be a mom with your baby dolls. Like, you can pretend to be something else too, which is cool. And I think that there's a speech at the end where America Ferrera's real world character gives this incredible speech that you should definitely Google. Just put like Barbie speech.
You can
Look
see
him
it.
up.
The whole clip online now. In character and everything.
Do that?
Out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible. And it's just like explaining how hard it is to be a female in this world, how hard it's always been. And like, even though it's so much easier now, and like people are going to jail for rape now, which I know sounds crazy, but that's so exciting. Like, oh my God, yay.
Yeah, it's about damn time.
I know. So I don't know, it was just like such a nice moment of pulling like everybody in and being like, hey, like we're all facing these struggles of like, it's so hard to be this and that, and a mom and an amazing employee and a working mom and a stay-at-home mom, and like you're supposed to do all these things as a mom and a human and a female and all these things. Like it's impossible.
And the
So
whole
like
system's rigged against you.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way to actually accomplish it or win, because if you master one side, then the pull you down on the opposite end of the spectrum.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got to be everything all at once, and you can't.
No.
You're just like a simple human. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. My husband Dave so he was like, well, maybe Mattel's like playing into it, and he was like, maybe like this is like an awesome rebranding moment to be like, oh look, we've absolved all of our sins.
Yeah.
And they're not expecting people to be like, okay, well, do you have a woman CEO now?
Right.
It's just like, we put it out in a movie, so we aired our dirty laundry and now we're done.
That's true. And I feel like they could just use this as a rebrand. They're like, we have to take a few shots to our own ego and then we make millions again. Like, no problem.
You got it.
Cool. Yeah, you guys make your little movie and make us billions. Great. Great. Since we're on the diversity sort of topic, making sure that's like women and not just white people. I thought it was such a beautiful example of how easy it is to make that happen. And how it's like, oh yeah, like I know we have the stereotypical ones, right? Like the original white Barbies, okay? But everyone else isn't. And like it's so refreshing and exciting. And like Issa Rae fucking killed it as the Barbie president. And the whole cast of all the Kens and Barbies, like I was just so proud that like Greta, my girl, set the tone and just set an example of like, look, it's super easy. Like you're not going to lose sales because somebody's a certain ethnicity. Like it's not a thing. And I don't know. What did you think?
No, I thought it boosted the whole. I think exactly what you said. It felt kind of like. Did you ever watch Schitt's Creek?
Totally.
Like Schitt's Creek, where you get like an alternative to like what if people just weren't like accepted gay people,
right?
Like it would be. Wow, look at this.
Watch out.
Look, nobody's making this a controversy. Is this crazy?
It's like people can be gay and everything's fine. It's crazy.
Yeah, everything's fine and nobody has to make a big deal out of it. And that can be fine. And you don't have to ask weird questions. You don't have to act weird.
You could just like carry on as is.
Yeah. What?
Which seems so, that's why I'm laughing. It's like, it seems so ridiculous that like, we'd need a TV show to sort of establish that in our culture, but I guess we did.
That's not, it's just nothing personal. They take like patriarchy to be like so personal.
Right. We're not going to like enslave you. We're just telling you to stop being a dick.
Yeah.
It's really just keep all those gross thoughts in your head. Don't say them out loud anymore. Just keep them to yourself. That's it. Just simple.
Yeah.
That's all we need. That's it doesn't feel like it's that demanding.
Yeah. The scene where she like first rolled up into Venice Beach and everybody's just like, I feel like like a little uncomfortable and I don't know why. And
everyone's looking at me.
Violent undertones,
And then Ken's like
the fact that every woman in there is laughing because they've been there.
Yeah, and I loved how they did like a juxtaposition too. And Ken's like, everyone's looking at me too, but I like it. She's like, I think mine feels a little violent.
Yeah. What?
Mine's the same, which was super cute. And like to see, you know, all right, to see Ken's journey into discovering
Yeah.
patriarchy and then discovering its toxicity along the
Yes.
way, I'm down for.
But that's what I don't get. Just the men that are like, see, all you women just want, yeah, men to be lesser than you. Be like, literally, we want you to be your own people. We want you to be Ellen.
I want you
We
to
want you to be your own
be
person. You want
your
to be,
own
yeah,
person
Ben or
and
Ellen.
away from me and doing your own thing. Enough wokeness for today. I wonder if we should say anything else. Like, is there any final thought on Barbie that you want to leave the people with?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Made me cry in the best ways
Mm.
possible. I loved America Ferrera's whole monologue. It like made me feel seen in ways I didn't know I needed to be seen, and then especially to have a male audience there to like hear it and like in those words, and for those who are receptive to it,
Mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, that sounds like it sucks.
Yeah.
Oh no. You know, like
Oh
it
man.
felt like,
Like
you
it
know,
felt like they
obviously
understood, right?
some people are gonna be like,
Hmm.
you're just complaining. I'll be like, thanks
Thank
for
you for
gaslighting us
revealing
again.
yourself.
Yeah.
Thanks for revealing yourself
I
as the
mean, it felt like
misogynist you are.
the and then really the final scene, well, one of the final scenes with where she's like looking at the spectrum of what it is to be a woman, but on the happier side of things about like the sisterhood and like,
Mhm.
yes, it's hard, but like, you get to watch, you know, you get to be around these people and there's all the laughing and the crying and the aging and then and then that line about like, oh, like mom's, yeah, like, yeah, something about whatever. Mom stands still so their daughters can see how far they've come.
Yeah.
Just like I was like half crying because I was like A, appreciating my own mom,
Mhm.
and then B, thinking about like where I would like to be now and where I am not currently. And like, oh, I hope you could do better. But obviously, you know, like only 30, so there's a lot of time to still get somewhere. But still
Yeah.
to be like I hope you can go farther, and then also like I hope I also get a little bit farther before
Yeah.
you start to look back. You know, I hope I'm not this far right where
Totally.
I am back.
That's how I felt at
But
first. I
like,
was like, I don't want to stand still. Wait.
like I don't know, I'm not stopping everything.
not stopping.
I hope you go farther, but like
Right.
me too.
Yeah, at first I was just like, wait a second. And then you're right. That like nostalgia of like, oh yeah, my mom did like she probably gave up on a lot of things or wanted to go out with her friends one night and couldn't for me and like stood still in those kinds of ways
Yeah.
so that I could be better eventually and
Yeah.
vice versa, right? Like I do, those are the small things that we all sacrifice. I will eat less tonight and have a snack before bed so that my baby's tummy is full. Right? That
Yeah.
feels like the same kind of like
Exactly.
standstill like metaphor, maybe.
Right. But it did help me like think back, and I thought about this a lot more as an adult and try to keep this in my frame of mind that I didn't think of it about it until I was an adult, about like appreciating my mom
Yeah.
as she is and for like what she's done.
Yeah.
You know?
Which is
Whenever you're
hard.
like, you know, my 5-year-old doesn't appreciate anything I do. I'm like, well, I guess I didn't really realize until I got far enough away.
Well, I was a mom, at least for me.
To be like, whoa, that's hard.
Yeah. And to like have them not even like flinch, right? Like we didn't even think to thank them, probably because they didn't ask for it. They weren't
Yeah.
like, oh, you say thanks to me or you know what I mean? Like they never demanded it. Like it was just that unconditional love. Like, you don't have to thank me ever and I'll do it, you know? But to think like how unappreciative I was as a teenager.
Yeah.
I know karma's coming for me. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm starting to drink now. I'm building up my tolerance so that by the time she's a teenager, I can just black out. It'll just be a blackout for a few years. And then we can sustain our relationship because I won't hate her, you know? Yeah.
You won't fight so much.
I thought that was beautiful what you said. Like that was a great wrap up. And yeah, thank you for talking to me about Barbie. Honestly. Thanks for being a friend.
Inviting me over.
Thanks for being in my Barbie hood.
Yeah,
What
the
is
sisterhood.
sisterhood.
Yeah.
Cut. May bedtime come swiftly to all of you.
Swiftly and quick.
Oh, and just peacefully, like a peaceful drift off to sleep for all of your kids.
It's true.
Good night. Thanks for joining us.